Welcome back, Baited Castaways. We're going out up in Naples, Florida once again here with Kevin. He's a buddy of mine that I've fished with. He makes the HERBY jig that I fish with all the time. I catch tons of different fish with it. There's a tutorial later in this video, so stay tuned for that, and let's see what we can get. Oh yeah, it gets shallow here. Yeah, that does. They're in this spot today.
No. Here we go. What do we got here? Laying down. That might be a nice trout, Dave.
Looks like it might be.
I think it is a nice trout.
Yeah.
It is a nice trout. Very nice trout. Real nice trout.
Oh shit. All right.
Woo,
that's
baby.
A good one. It's a fatty too, huh?
That's a dandy trout. It's about 18.
Yeah, that thing's pretty fat.
That's a dandy trout, man.
Not bad.
On a HERBY jig.
On the HERBY jig. That's all we're fishing with today. Take note, the HERBY jig works.
I'll show you how it works.
All right. Well, I'm going to.
There you go.
That's the one.
Little fish bite for enticer.
Yep. I'm gonna move us before we hit some shallow water here.
That's a good start.
That is a good start.
19-inch trout.
We've been going about 10 minutes. Yeah, it feels like the tide's pushing us back.
Yeah, I think so.
I can kind of feel it and see it.
Go back a little ways and then go up, reset.
There's one. Oh.
Holy shit.
What is that, a snook?
Could be. You're upside shore.
Some weight to it, huh? Is that a huge sail cat? Damn it. I think it's a big sail cat.
One net of them. Probably, right?
It's probably gonna have to.
Give you a rush, okay?
Yeah, I'll get some things. That's a big sail cat. I thought it was a snook, but just a big one.
Big sail cat.
All right, let's dump it.
All slimed up in that.
Yep. Oh well. First few spots were a little slow, but we did catch a few fish. Basically, we're waiting for the tide to start coming in and moving that water. We always tend to do a lot better when you have some moving water. There's a fish.
Okay.
I don't think it's a trout though.
Staying down or screaming?
Yeah, it's a cat. Oh no, it's a whiting.
Whiting? We'll take that.
Yeah, we got a whiting here.
Yeah, we'll take that.
They eat. What do they say? Where there's whiting, there's pompano, right? All right, we got one more here. New spot that we're trying out. It's about 6 feet deep. This one's not going to cut it, but nice looking fish. On the pink HERBY jig. Pink this time.
Tide's taking us. Go back up.
You want me to back us up, you said?
No, tide's taking us where we already been.
Oh,
So we almost need to go up by those white crab trap markers and start our trip this way.
well, we're moving around here with the tides finally making its way through. And we're having trouble getting some fish. We're getting catfish and some bites on other stuff. We lost a jig on, but we're gonna move on to a spot that you might have seen before. We'll see what we can get. Yeah, I was out about 30 feet off the mangroves.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's one.
You got one? That's a trout. Need a net?
Nope.
I'll let you swing it.
On the pink and white jig.
Pink and white this time. Uh-oh.
Pretty little guys, though, aren't they?
Yeah. Clean. We might have found a spot. We might have, you know, we got
pink and white jig head. Yellow mouth. You got the big yellow mouth.
Do they get a little bigger?
You don't want to put your finger in there, huh? They got a big tooth.
No.
Big snaggle tooth.
Sometimes they have one, sometimes they have two. It's like they lose them.
Yeah, these jigs, Dave, I buy the jigs with the lead already molded on them. That's called a minnow head style jig. And then I powder coat them. You heat them up. I heat them up with a propane torch just for about 2 seconds. Too long, you melt the lead and it drips off. But
yeah.
And then just dip it in the powder, and then hang them up and give it a minute, and it cools down, and it's real hard, and it was a beautiful color. That's hot pink, and I get those from Mud Hole, a fishing rod. I make the rods too. I buy the blanks, and then you can make. Once you make your own rod, you'll hardly ever buy a rod, pre-made one, because you can get them just the kind you like, the stiffness of the tip, you know, for sensitivity.
Yeah, I've noticed quite a bit. You know,
these are MHX rods. That's a real popular brand that Mud Hole sells, and they got all different sizes for offshore, inshore, but this is an inshore blank. And then of course you put the handle on them and then tie your eyes on them. But anyway, this one's a real sensitive rod, so you can feel that little tick sometimes when they hit light and they hit those jigs. But
I will add, now that I've been fishing these for probably, I would say about 6 months, as soon as I started fishing them, I mean, it didn't matter what type of fishing I was doing, I was catching every type of fish with it. I'd go offshore, I'd be jigging vertically with it. I've caught 36-inch snook on it, redfish, trout, obviously. We fish a lot for trout with these. They're awesome for that. Pompano. But they're very durable in that the skirt on them, I guess is that what you call it?
yeah,
they hold up, and the hook itself, it's not too stiff where you're gonna have to snap your line if you get stuck. It will actually bend a little bit, but it doesn't move too much, you know. So if you get snagged, you can bend that hook off and get your jig back, and then just bend it right back.
And we've caught 4 or 5 pound or 4 or 5 foot long sharks with these things, and as long as you got your drag set right, you tire them out and you can get them to the boat. You aren't going to horse them in, you know, because that wire, that thin wire, will open up. But that opening up is nice, like Dave said. If you get hooked on an oyster, it'll bend open. You get your jig back. You don't lose a $4 or $5 jig. Take the pliers, put it back, and away you go.
Yep. So we do have plenty of them, and I think I'm going to put a marketplace ad out there. So if you do want them, we can actually ship, and we can pick them up locally too if you need. And I'll have the pricing on there.
You can talk to them a little bit about technique too with these jigs. I don't know, a lot of people are jig fishermen, but if you're not, you want to pop it like a shrimp. Jumps up off the bottom, and you got to give it time to settle to the bottom. So when your line goes limp, then you know you're on the bottom. Reel up your slack, pop it up. And the key to part of that is to hold the rod tip up. Oh, there was a hit right there. Is to keep that rod tip up so that as it's sinking down, your line's under a little bit of tension. So when they hit it, you feel it.
Yeah, they hit it when it's going down a lot.
If you pop it up and drop the rod tip like that, you put an instant slack in the line, you'll never feel that hit. And they're going to get it in their mouth, they're going to spit it out. So you want to keep, when you make that pop, keep your rod tip up so it keeps a little bit of tension on the line. Then reel up your slack and pop it again. But the key is to let it hit the bottom.
That is the key. Anytime I'm fishing with anyone, and they're fishing with these, because I have noticed I will catch a lot more fish if I'm at least letting it get to the bottom. If you want to avoid the catfish, obviously the catfish bite at the bottom with these as well sometimes.
The trout are down there too.
Trout are down there, but it's like you're not letting it sit on the bottom. As soon as it hits the bottom, you're getting it off, and usually you stay away from the catfish that way. So we'll have more videos. You've already seen plenty. Fishing with this jig. There was one time I could have swore I went out and I caught 18 different species with this. I was fishing a little bit offshore, a little bit inshore, and that's not a lie. It was a lot of different fish with it. So we'll see what else we can get here. We're gonna move to the next spot and drift this a little bit more, and then we got one more spot we're gonna try. Got another one on just a couple minutes after that tutorial here. It's not going to be a keeper.
Boy, you got that one.
They're liking that white skirt again. I might have to change mine up.
Got that down there deep.
Yeah, it did. Well, that's 3 in what, about 10 minutes here?
Yeah.
Just not big enough. So let's see if we can get in any bigger ones. You got one on?
Yeah.
Hopefully something good.
Oh, really bouncing, almost like a pompano.
Could be. I've caught them here.
Oh, catfish or pompano. Oh, strong. Whatever it is, strong.
Hopefully not a catfish.
Strong fish, man. Oh.
Gotta get a glimpse of it, huh?
Yeah. It's a pompano.
I'm gonna have to get my net ready here, just in case.
It is a pompano, I think. Oh,
oh my God, it's a huge shark. It was a huge shark.
Took it. Shark took it.
Oh no.
Shark took
That's
the fish.
what happened.
God damn.
That was about a 5-footer there.
That was, and that was a nice pompano.
Damn.
That was a nice pompano.
Damn it.
Seriously. God damn.
Oh, we got sharked.
We got sharked.
Not good.
Damn.
I haven't seen a shark back here yet like that. That thing was pretty big.
Yeah.
All right, well, I like that there was a pompano.
Give me some of that, man. That was still good. That was still fun.
Yeah.
That was
double? Oh, yours looks like a nice trout, huh?
That's a trout.
Real nice
That's
one.
a keeper.
That is a keeper. Want me to get the net?
All right.
All right. Nope.
All right.
My jack came off, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a 16. 16 all day. Mine's bigger.
This is. You got the keeper.
Is that going then?
Yeah.
Well.
Just trying to set the camera up for that. I think it,
Well,
I don't know, it went to the left of you here.
oh shit. It's,
I'm over you, so that might be a pompano. Looks like
yeah.
or a nice jack. That's a jack.
Nice thick jack. Fish moving in here now.
Yep. Not too bad. That's a fish.
We're tearing them up. I hope the trout are smelling them shrimp as much as everything else is.
It's gotta be a
Lady.
we haven't caught one of those today. Well, you had one on.
Well, that means the trout are going to be moving in. When them start moving in.
Lady fish.
Yep. Pretty good size one. That part.
Just gonna get one more cast
If it was a
in.
day, of course, if it was a day we were catching, we'd be ready to go a long time ago.
Right.
Well, this is worth. Maybe we better not go.
I don't know what. I'm getting there. The lady fish are moving in. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the HERBY Jigs in the Naples, Florida area.